Cheers, gatherers. How you doing tonight? Nice to be here with you. How about we play one of Turtle's favorites? Johnny sent a letter to the Globe, said the governor's at it again. Said I saw him twice last week with this girl Monique, while his wife said the doc's getting thin. He's in league with the mob kickbacks, every job got them all out in charge of the dig. And his drug cartel, it's sure doing well, runs it all through the priests and the pigs. And if you don't print my story, I'll go somewhere else with all of the things I saw. Cause it's a scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. Scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. Well, now Jean at the Globe, she got Johnny's letter and her mouth puckered up at the seams. You see, stories is huge, set the standard for news. She be living out her hopes and her dreams. She sent her right down to print where Ramon and Clint soaked it in through his bloodshot eyes. He called Joe from McNews, who pissed in his shoes, and sent it out over the wires. By 4 o'clock that afternoon, man, everybody had a flapping jaw. Cause it's a scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. Scandal now, presidents, regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal day. Well, now me and the boys, we were down at Sully's, drinking after the day in the pits. Big news on the screen, our foreman Dean shouts out, ain't that the governor mix? Hey man, I voted for that lousy SOB, and we all shouted can the clowning in bars and homes all around all the neighboring towns. The same ugly scene went down. We better march on the Capitol, show them we're not as dumb as they think we are. Cause it's a scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. Scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal now. Well, the governor stood in his office, white teeth, silk suit, looking down at the scene on the streets. We'd all come out, holding signs and shouting the governor's a crook and a cheat. Just then a lackey burst in with a desperate grin. He said, what we gonna do now, chief? Well, the gov just lit up a pipe, said it'll be alright. We'll call the national party for relief. In 2 weeks' time, they'll have this all cleaned up without so much as a hem or a haw. Cause it's a scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. Scandal, presidents, regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal. Well, the next day flew by, the party thugs arrived with their wrists handcuffed to their files. Said we got a 3-pronged attack to get you back on track, and the gov flashed a glistening smile. First we'll slander this buck-tooth Johnny guy, and you're gonna roll out a tax cut plan. Then we'll help redistrict, just so hardly no one will know, but we'll never lose elections again. Meanwhile, you better toe the party line up by next year's time. You'll be a community professor of law. Cause it's a scandal, president, regular coup d'etat. Scandal now, president, regular coup d'etat. It's a scandal. Well, now some may have guessed and others detest the star of putters out like a match. We all had to gulp, shovel, talk, show, pulp down the sordid proverbial hatch. Meanwhile, Bug to Johnny, who started it all, he got a dose of the what for. They say they caught him online committing the crime of consorting with terrorists and whores. But it just signed a deal on a book called Squeal. It'll be featured on Oprah this fall. Cause it's a scandal, present day, making the good day top. Scandal now, present day, making the good day top. And meanwhile, Joe from McNews won a Pulitzer for his outstanding work in the field. To keep his reputation clean, he had to pay off Jean, signed her up to a 6-figure deal. Presidential run for the gov, guess it proved to the thugs he could show play a main game of ball. And for those that ain't rich, we're still back in the pits, overwhelmed by the blur of it all. Yeah, we'll get $50 back off of next year's taxes, spend it on whiskey and chaw. Meanwhile, the school downtown gets its budget cut down and ripped out with a serpent-like claw. And if you're looking for truth, you can set up a booth, peddle anything that cuts like a saw. Cause it's a scandal, days, making the cool day top. Scandal now, present day, making the cool day top. It's a scandal, present day, making the cool day top. It's a backdoor deal, it's a flam, it stinks of that Janae saying, wow, it's a scandal. Thinking about my buddy Turtle today. I saw someone type out a turtleism on that, which is great. I love it. My favorite turtleism, I think I only talked about it once on that song. He's got a bunch of them on that song, including, it's a backdoor deal, it's a flam, it stinks of that je ne sais quoi. That's his line. Yep. I could tell too the day he told it to me, because I just played him the song for the first time. And he comes in the next day to load in, or, was load in, or it was the van. He's like, I've been thinking about that song, Scandal. He goes, it's a backdoor deal. It's a flim flam. It stinks of that je ne sais quoi. But there's a line in it, and I think I saw it was Chris that said something. It goes, Buck 2 Johnny, who started it all, he got a dose of the yo what for. They say they caught him online committing the crime. Well, after Buck 2 Johnny, who started it all, got a dose of the yo what for. Every single time we played that song, Turtle would yell out, "Not Johnny!" It was so good. I mean, that was the perfect song for Turtle, because it doesn't really require the ability to sing in any particular fashion. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday. Well, I'll play another Turtle favorite. How's that? I'd breathe in your skin once the soap smell was gone. When we lie around the house with the radio on, but naive little me, the innocent fawn, never realized I had you on loan. If I could bottle that smell, I Puts a stainless old smile like a puff from the bowl. You might know me while I drink you like wine, but all I taste is the bile from the indifference I heard in your tone. Don't leave me here on my own. Well, you left with the fanfare, a big old parade, a scene at the palace. Your impetuous slave couldn't keep his mouth shut, even after forbade, for he dreamed of a seat at your throne. Well, this must have amused you, a jester was he, to dance in your presence, desperate to see just one glimpse in his eyes, be it love or pity, but not such human a gesture was shown. Don't leave me here on my own. Well, I'd like to recall you as underworld bound with cursed virtuous pets. You keep chained to the ground, a Hades-spawned creature with snakes all around, turning all of your suitors to stone. And I'd like to believe I've escaped from your hold, fleeing misery, demonous tortures untold. Oh, but if I could tame you, the treasures behold will remain to me ever unknown. Don't leave me here on my own. My talent, it's wasted. My wit is unresolved. I've doubled my ante. I've scratched and I've clawed, and I'm battered and I'm beaten like some back alley dog made of nothing but skin and bone. So I'll write you down a letter, I will sing and I'll pray, and it will help to console me in some stupid self-indulged way. So fuck you, my darling, I'll just see you someday when a sturdier heart I have grown. 'Cause you left me here on my own. Yeah, no, no, no. Do da 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 do da da do. Cheers. Man, I'll tell you, the squirrels are winning. It's true. The squirrels are winning, and I don't know if I have the capacity or the energy to really fight the war I need to fight against the squirrels. I mean, the only alternative really is to stop feeding the damn birds. But man, they are relentless. They'll empty out a bird feeder in a night. And I have developed a bird feeder problem over the last couple of years. There's about 5 of them out in the backyard. And I don't know if I can afford to keep filling them up at the rate that I'm currently filling them up. Not to mention the fact that the squirrels are 100% burrowing into my house. So, yeah, Liz, I could get a cat. It's true. But then I would have to take care of said cat. And really, what we're talking about is Allie would have to take care of said cat. Allie's allergic to cats. And, you know, I do pipe dream about the days when Allie will just grab the girls and come out to a show, you know. Maybe this Sunday, actually. We're playing down the road from here in Damariscotta, raising money for the fish ladder. By the way, for those of you planning to come to that show, if you are Mainers, if you are not Mainers and you feel like driving to Maine, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area, Damariscotta is. And they have built this incredible fish ladder for the spawning alewife. Alewife, which is a fish, by the millions come into this tiny little pond and to breed. And they get there by this trickle of a little brook, and they literally swim up this brook. It's a pretty steep swim. They really have to jump. And, you know, people have been living there for years and years and years, and the brook was getting harder and harder to keep alive, what with all the homes that it was winding through and yards. And the town came together to build a fish ladder. Basically, they cemented this brook. They made these like kind of levels, right? Where like jumpable levels. There's like a level and a pool, and then a level and a pool. And you can watch these alewife just jump from one to another. And every year they host a festival that raises money for the fish ladder. And every year for quite some time now, the Ezra group has played a concert as part of that weekend. And it is so much fun. Anyways, my point is, Allie and the girls may be coming. It's down the road from where we are right now, and it was an awesome week on the road last week for those of you that joined us. It was just awesome. We were in Huntington, Long Island to start on Thursday night, and it was so cool. For those of you who've been following along, we just got to open for John Oates there. We got to open for the Wallflowers there. And we had just had a ton of new fans from those shows come out and hang. And it was a great night. The next night, we headed down to this tiny little place called Lizzie Rose in Tuckerton, New Jersey. Sold out show. These days, we are just having so much fun in Jersey. Our little community of fans is just getting bigger and bigger there, and it is awesome. From there, we went down to Elkton, Maryland for the first time. We played at a place called the Elkton Music Hall, a relatively new place created by this really cool couple, Rick and Katie, and they put together this really cool room. And who knew, but a whole bunch of people bought tickets to come out and see us. It was great. From there, we went to Vienna, Virginia, right outside of DC, to play at the infamous Jam and Java. For those of you that gathered with us last weekend, that's where we gathered on Sunday, and it was a hoot. It was awesome. So I am now back for a handful of days. Shows this weekend, but we're basically in New England, but we're basically hitting the road hard. We're heading south, and we're gonna be gone for the better part of a month. And it is complicated now that I'm a daddy. Man, it was a heartbreaker tonight. It was a tough one. Tough night. Anyways, today's Turtle's birthday, and I'm missing my buddy. But you know, my 2.5-year-old Willa is at the age now where she, you know, she knows when daddy's gone, you know. And it was an awesome day I woke her up and there was a big smile on her face, and we played all morning, and she went to school and we played all afternoon. We went to a little trip to the lighthouse and ate a snack and then cooked daddy burgers, and it was just, we fed the birds. We did some yard work together. I mean, it was a full awesome day, and it was so much fun. And then at night, we were tucking her in, and you know, it was a kind of a normal tuck in. But then, you know, I was holding Piper, and I walked out of the room, and Willa just started like sobbing, right? Like, you know, and I just was hearing Daddy reassure her, or Mama reassure her. Yeah, Daddy's gonna be here tomorrow morning. It's okay. Whew. That's fucking tough. That's a tough one. So I'm soaking in the days that I have here, and I'm hoping that my being a guy that plays music doesn't damage my kids too much. I'm gonna play one for Willa. You know how to love, can you teach me? Yeah. Open up my heart, can you reach me? And they tell me there will never be a ready time. All I know is you will always be my little shine. My little shine. Someday you will wonder why we all don't break. We're so small in a scary world, and we never know the ends to the paths we make. When the trouble's coming through, when there's nothing we can do, long as you got me and I got you, we got big love, big love. You know how to laugh, can you reach me? I love your little smile when you sing me, and they tell me there will never be a right time. All I know is you will always be my little shine, my little shine. Someday you will wonder why we all don't break. We're so tiny in a mean world, and we never know the ends to the paths we make. When the trouble's coming through, when there's nothing we can do, long as you got me and I got you, we got big love, big love. You know how to trust, can you show me? I'm walking out with no nip below me, and they tell me there will never be enough time. All I know is you will always be my little shine, my little shine. Someday you will wonder why we all don't break. Nice to see so many of you hanging out. Cheers. Ma'am, we are about to hit the road hard. And it is a double-edged sword, right? I mean, I just talked about how sad I am about being away from my little girls, right? I mean, that part is hard. And this will be the first time since Piper came around that I've been really gone. First time with Willa as like a big girl. Like I've been out on the road, as you know, pretty hard this year, but it's, most weeks I'm home for at least a couple days, right? Recharge, reset. Most weeks I'm home for 4 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sometimes 3 days. There have been a couple week-long stretches here and there. But this will be like close to a month on the road. And while that is hard, I have to tell you that there's also the other side of the coin, right? Like, man, I cannot tell you how fun it has been to make music with my bandies these days. I mean, it's a little bit feeling, obviously, right? Like, if you play all the time with a bunch of people, you're gonna get better. Sometimes. Really, it's when you play all the time with a bunch of people who are committed to each other, committed to getting better, inspired by what they're doing, then you get better. And I'm feeling that so hard these days with my bandies. Everybody is like fired up to be in the band, fired up to load in the gear, fired up to work through songs during sound check. We've been having these shows that like every night feels really special in unique and different ways. And, our harmonies are getting stronger. Our playing together is getting stronger. Our friendships are getting stronger. It's awesome. You don't hear that much, right? Like, it is hard to be on the road with the band, and I've been at it for a lot of years. And the chemistry on stage and off stage has never been as good and exciting as it is these days. And the idea at this phase where we are just like cranking, right? We are cranking. We are playing these shows that feel impactful. We are getting better and better at each song, each night. Even songs we've played 1,000 times together, we are like digging deep into them, right? Like, and they're sounding better and better. And to be on the road for a month in that environment, playing every single night, working every single night, it's gonna like, I feel like it's just gonna like supercharge all the juice that's happening within the band right now. And that feels so exciting. In the middle of the tour, we're gonna sneak off to Austin, Texas and do a couple days of recording with a producer named Gordy Quist from a band called the Band of Heathens. Check out their music. It's great music, but I've known Gordy for a while, and I've known that he's been producing, and I've loved his work. And for those of you who've been gathering with us or been to a couple of the shows, we've had our friend Reed Fole open up for us a handful of times, and it's been awesome playing with him. And his last albums sound so good. And I'm like, how'd you do those albums? He's like, I worked with Gordy and Band of Heathens. They were, and I was like, oh man, I'm just gonna give him a call. And so I was talking to Gordy, and we were just, I was telling him about the kind of the album project where it is right now, we've got like 25, 30 songs that are like in various stages of incompletion. And, you know, I've just been so busy. It's very hard. It's very hard to knock out an album's worth of material right now. It's hard to find the windows with Josh. Some of the songs I'm just feeling stuck on. And Gordy's like, do you have any songs on the list that the bandies haven't even touched, haven't heard? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. And he's like, that's my favorite thing. Don't share the song with them. Let's just show up. Let's show up clean and just do 2 days, and you know, we'll pick a couple songs to dig into and we'll just see where we can go creatively with them. And you know, with our schedule, we don't get a lot of time as a band to just be in the studio. I mean, it's very hard these days, right? Because if I'm not playing a show, if the band isn't earning the money we need to earn to stay afloat, it's hard to justify being away from home, right? It takes so many days for us these days, right, to like keep our heads above water. Any extra day just feels like, oh, it's too much. It's too much to be away. It's too much. And like when I'm home, I mean, there's always a lot of work to do for the band that's not gigging, that's not music, right? And so, you know, I'm feeding Piper and on Zoom calls and sending emails and trying to squeeze it all in. Anyways, it's just very hard to dig into the recording. So we had a handful of days with no gigs. Our agency just, you know, and sometimes it happens where there's just a dead spot on tour. And it's up to us as a band, it's up to me as a band leader to take like, right, I mean, those can be a killer on a tour because you're staying in hotels, you're far from home, you're spending money, and you're not playing, you're not getting to new fans, right? You can rehearse. We do that sometimes when we have days off. When we have a handful of days off, it's hard, you know, it's hard. So we're gonna, in the middle of the tour, fly to Austin, Texas for a couple days and do some recording. We may also have an extra day in Montgomery, Alabama, and we may try to shoot a video. So there's stuff in between the million gigs we're gonna play, in between a crazy bomb down south, in between an amazing 4-day cruise to Cozumel with a bunch of you gatherers. We're gonna be doing some really cool and inspiring things. So it's gonna be, you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait when we're back playing shows back in New England after this tour is over to just feel how we're feeling on stage and hear how we're sounding after that kind of time working together. Pretty cool. So anyways, that was me talking for a long time, sorry. For those of you who gather to actually hear music, I apologize. I want to be everyone's solution. Want the solution to myself. I want to engage in absolution. I want to absolve with someone else. Don't know if I taste it in my bloodstream or I am bleeding from the tongue. I will not have time to sort these answers when these answers never come. Live to shine, shine like the sun. Sunny day, day is done for now. Now is the time for another day and another sunshine. Hey, 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 hey. I want to fight hard against repression. I want to repress the urge to fall. I want to walk softly with discretion. I want to discreetly kick broken walls. Don't know if our souls are like the ocean, shouting back colors from the sun. Maybe the sun will hold these answers when these answers never come. Live to shine, shine like sun, yeah. Sunny day, day is done, done for now, yeah. Now is the time from another day in another sunshine. Hey, 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 hey. Well, maybe these answers will come marching in staggered formation down the hall. Maybe your asking is the cancer destined to slowly kill us all. And maybe we all receive salvation, shuffling out patterns in the sand. Maybe the sand is just a prophet kicking discreetly in our hands. Live to shine, shine like sun. Sunny day, day is done, done for now. Now is the time for another day in another sunshine. Live to shine, shine like sun. Sunny day, day is done, done for now. Now is the time for another day in another sunshine, another sunshine, another sun, yeah. Been kicked by the wind, robbed by the snow. I've been kicked by the wind, robbed by the snow. I'm drunk and dirty, don't you know I'm still out on the road late at night. I see my pretty Ellie in every hill. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get away. If you give me weed, wilds and wine, and you show me your sign, I'll be willing to be moving. Kicked by the wind, robbed by the sleet, had my head stoved in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still smuggled some smoke, some folks from Mexico, baked by the sun every time I go to Mexico, yeah. And I'm staying. Been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to hatch a Peter Tone apart. Driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. I've driven the back road so I wouldn't get wet. And if you give me a week, wild and wild, and you show me your sign, I'll be willing. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to hatch a Peter Tone apart. Driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. I've driven the back road so I wouldn't get wet. And if you give me weed, white sand, wine, and you show me your sign, I'll be willing. Turtle. Man, y'all, I cannot tell you how often I think about, you just heard me talking about this chapter we're in right now. Every night, especially during these good times musically, I think about how Turtle would have loved what we're doing right now. The shit of it all is, right? Like, it gets better as you keep going. In some ways, it gets harder. But in the important ways, it gets better. And Turtle was with me from the very beginning. He dug through some shit. And I just wish he could get some of the payoff that me and the bandies are experiencing these days. Right? We got a pretty, so did I talk about this weekend yet? I talked about being on the road, but I got a Friday off, y'all. I'm gonna, right? Willa's last day of school before the weekend. I'm gonna get to hang with her and Allie and Piper. I'm gonna get to spend Saturday morning with them. That's gonna be special. And then I'm gonna race down to Newfield, New Hampshire, to the Vernon family farm. This is a really cool and different kind of setting for a show. It is literally at a family farm, and they do not do a lot of big concerts, right? I think the farm maybe like holds about 300 people, right? And it's kind of like there's some picnic tables in some areas, and there's like a pasture off to the side of the stage. It's a strange and like it's a strange setup the only kind of setup that can come from, right, like folks running a farm and wanting to have a music series and just figuring out how to make it work. They don't do a lot of bigger shows, right? And I mean, they don't do big shows there. Let me rephrase. They don't do big shows there. And for the farm, we're kind of one of their bigger shows, right? And like to the point where like we kind of, it's like, it's just easier for us to run our own sound when we go there, which we rarely do at like official gigs. We do that at gatherings, right? In backyards or at private shows. We just choose to do it because it's gonna be easier. We played there last year and we just had such a nice time. It's just a laid back special place to hear music. And we're gonna be there on Saturday night. I don't know if it's sold out yet or not. It may be close. And so so if you want tickets, you should get them. I hear Damerscott, Maine is close to selling out. So if you want tickets there, you should get them. That's gonna be on Sunday. On Monday, we have a really special day because me and the bandies are headed to the mountain, site of the Ramble. That's right. We're gonna be hanging on the mountain at the Ramble stage, and we're going to be supporting a really cool organization called Touchstone Farm. The folks at Touchstone Farm have become just wonderful supporters of the Ramble. They do a ton of volunteerism. They have an awesome place. For those of you that gathered with us every night, we did a live gathering or two. I'm not sure, one or two, over at Touchstone Farm. They are a farm. They're located in New Hampshire, and they use horses and nature and wildlife as therapy for folks. They have programs for kids. They have programs for veterans. They have all sorts of inspiring things going on there. It is a special place, and we are very proud to be supporting them on Monday afternoon. That's when we're playing. You all should come to the mountain. I know there's space because that mountain's got space. It's a weird, it's hard to get to Ashburnham. I can't believe as many people do come to the Ramble. I mean, it's amazing. But Ashburnham, Massachusetts, right near Leominster, kid. We're going to be there on Monday. And it'll be our last show in New England for a little bit. And it'll be a really special way to kind of send us off down south. Hanging with our peeps in our community, doing a little good on the mountain. That's going to be good. It's going to be a good afternoon. We probably will pack up after that show. We won't let the dust settle that night. We'll start driving south. And because our next shows are in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, with Pat McGee at an event he calls Down the Hatch. It's like a 4 or 5 day festival at the school resort on a beach in North Carolina. It is a pretty special experience. We're going to be there on Wednesday and Thursday. On Friday, it's looking like we may bomb to Montgomery, Alabama, and maybe shoot a video there. Then we fly out to Austin, Texas, do a little recording, fly back to Montgomery, play a show in Montgomery. We head down to the Panhandle of Florida. We play a show in Destin, Florida. And then we've got a bunch of shows in Florida on our way down to Tampa where the cruise takes off. I'm not going to get them all right, but I know we're playing in Stewart. I know we're playing in Fort Myers. I know we're playing in Sarasota. I know we're playing in Boca Raton. And after the cruise, the day after the cruise, on our bomb back to Boston, we're going to be playing in St. Augustine. So I don't think I'm forgetting any shows in there. Tampa. We're playing in Tampa the night before we leave for the cruise. So we have like this killing, awesome, super fun run down in Florida. We should have done it in the fucking wintertime and not in June. I'll tell you that much. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We actually think, for those of you Floridians down there, or for those of you snowbirds that are pissed that we're going down to Florida as soon as you left, we are thinking, we were just invited to the train cruise again that leaves out of Miami. I think that's in January or February. I can't remember, but we'll probably do our southern run around then next year. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. By the time we get back from onshore from the cruise, we'll have announced next year's cruise, which, spoiler alert, is going to be a 5-day cruise to Bermuda, leaving from New Jersey. I am so psyched. I'm so psyched about this cruise. I mean, it's hard to even think another year out, but it's just, I can't believe how many y'all are coming on the boat with us. It's just going to be super, super fun. And I feel like it's the beginning of a really fun tradition of taking a trip on a boat every year. You guys and us. Pretty cool. I may have already let the cat out of the bag, but we have big plans for our cruise in 2026. That's all I'm going to say. Start saving up. Thanks for hanging with me this Tuesday. Honestly, I know it's fucking stupid. I'm talking to a screen, but y'all make me feel better. So thanks for that. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Yeah. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the signs of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments pass lightly, they won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the word when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who want with us. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. That was a nice one tonight. Cheers, y'all. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you again soon.